Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to be doing Greek style lamb chops with a special kind of rice and some homemade tzatziki. So over here we've got our lamb chops. They're about 1 centimetre thick, so we're not going to go for pink in the middle because it would be impossible. I'm just going to griddle these and get them nice and crispy on the outside, burn up the fat. We're going to marinate these first, and for that we're going to use some oregano, ground cumin, a little bit of cayenne pepper, 4 cloves of garlic, juice of a lemon, sea salt, black pepper and some olive oil. So over here for our rice, I've got a mug of basmati rice, I've got some pine nuts, now that's about 100 grams, got some cumin seeds, and I've got some saffron. We just need a good pinch of that, and a bit of coriander for garnish over the top. And for our tzatziki, I've got some nice Greek yogurt there. That is about 500 grams. I've got a whole cucumber, I've got about 30 grams of fresh mint and 2 cloves of garlic. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to start marinating my lamb chops. So it's going to be 3 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin and about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, plus the lemon juice, crush the garlic, that's all going to be mixed in, and the olive oil, salt and pepper. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, right, we've crushed our garlic. Let's have 4 cloves of garlic crushed using the garlic crusher. In that goes juice of 1 lemon. In that goes, I've got my 3 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of cumin and about half a teaspoon or just over of cayenne pepper. That's all going to go in. Now for the sea salt and the black pepper, especially the sea salt, we don't salt these until they're ready to be griddled. So I'm going to salt and pepper them just before they get griddled. We want about 4 tablespoons of olive oil, which is about that, roughly. So now I'm going to go ahead and give these a good mix. And then after that, you want to leave them for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours, or you know, you want to do them the night before, even better, leave them overnight. But I'm having these today, so I'm not going to be able to leave them overnight. So I'm just going to leave them for a couple of hours. That gives you time to get your other stuff ready. So I'm just going to carry on massaging all the flavours into these chops. Make sure they're all coated with a bit of everything. And then we'll put them back in the fridge for a few hours. Okay, right, our lamb chops are in the fridge marinating. They've been in there for about an hour. So in the meantime, I'm going to start making my tzatziki. So I've got my 2 cloves of garlic, crushed. They're ready to go. I've washed my cucumber. That is going to be grated. And then we're going to grate it into a colander, squeeze out some of the juice, add a bit of salt to it, make sure a lot of the water comes out of it. I'm going to wash my mint, I've picked all that. That's going to be washed and chopped finely. So I'm going to get on with that. Right, and there we have it. That is our mint, finely chopped. Cucumber's been grated, added a bit of sea salt and squeezed a lot of the water out of it. You don't have to go too mad, but as long as you get most of the water out. There's my yogurt, there's my garlic. I'm going to add a bit of salt and pepper. So, here we go. Cucumber in. Fresh mint. In that goes. Now our 2 cloves of crushed garlic. And that goes. And our yogurt. This is 500 grams, I think. Yep, 500 grams of authentic Greek yogurt. If you can't get authentic Greek yogurt, just get Greek style or just plain yogurt. But I'm lucky enough to be able to get authentic Greek yogurt, which is a bit more creamy. It's always better if it's authentic. So that goes in. Now you just got to give this a good old mix. You know, make sure everything's combined and mixed together. I'm going to go in with a couple of pinches of sea salt, some black pepper, and just keep mixing until it's thoroughly combined. It's not quite mixed yet. Just keep mixing it, and we've got plenty of time. You know, our lamb chops have got another half an hour to marinate, or if you've left them overnight, even better, as long as the flavour's on the chops. So you can take it easy with this meal, prepare everything. You can taste this for seasoning, see if it needs a bit more salt or pepper. It tastes fine. Just make sure everything's mixed up. And there we go. Homemade tzatziki. That's ready to go. I'm going to put that back in the fridge now and leave it in there until we're ready to serve. Okay, our chops have been marinating for just over 2 hours. Tzatziki's made, that's in the fridge. And now I'm going to put my rice on. Now today I'm doing my rice in a multi-cooker. So it's got rice cooker, pressure cooker, all these different settings you can do on there. You can do this in the saucepan like I normally do, but I'm doing it in this today. So what we're going to do, well, I've soaked my rice for about half an hour. That's basmati rice, and then I've rinsed it off. You don't have to soak it if you don't want to, but as long, just give it a good rinse, get the starch off. So that's ready to go. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to switch this on, and I'm going to put it onto fry. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil, my 100 grams of pine nuts, and probably a teaspoon of cumin seeds. That just leaves the salt, pepper and saffron. So I'm just going to let this come up to temperature. So this starts to fry gently. All we want to do is when it starts to sizzle, fry these pine nuts for 30 seconds or so, 30 to 60 seconds. Just so they release some of their oil and flavour, and you start to get the aroma of the cumin. So I'm just going to wait for that to heat up. Right, they've been frying off for about 30 seconds. As you can see, some of them are starting to turn golden, starting to brown up a little bit. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to cancel that, so that stops frying. I'm going to add my rice. Let me take that out of the way. Get all that rice in there. Mix that in with the pine nuts and the cumin. A couple of good pinches of sea salt. Very important to season it. I'm going to put some black pepper in as well, because this is like a flavoured rice. And also a pinch of saffron. You don't have to put this in, you can use a bit of turmeric instead, just to slightly colour it, but you know, saffron is really good stuff. So give that a little mix round, make sure your little strands of saffron are mixed everywhere. I'm going to get my 1 mug of water, because it's a pressure cooker. I normally use a ratio of 1 mug of rice 2 mugs of water, but because it's a pressure cooker, all the moisture is going to be held in. It's a ratio of 1 mug of rice, 1 mug of water. So give that a good mix. Make sure all my rice is out of here. So a good mix, make sure everything's mixed up, everything's in there. Right now, I'm going to put the lid on. We're going to make sure the little thingamajig is down to hold the pressure in. And we're going to set this to rice and press start. And once this is heated up and build the pressure up, it takes about 12 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to take my lamb chops out of the fridge and leave them out before we start cooking them. Get them somewhere near to room temperature. So there they are. Right, here we go. Now, this is just beeped, so our rice is done. All we have to do now is let the steam out. Let all the pressure out. You wait till the little thingy drops at the back. And then we can take the lid off and have a look. There we go. Right, I need a good mix up. Just take a tea towel and hold that. Oh, it smells beautiful. That is lovely. Little flecks of colour here and there from the saffron. A nutty smell from the pine nuts, and of course the aroma of cumin seeds. Beautiful. That's going to taste lovely. Right. That a little fluff up. Put the lid back on, and it can stay on keep warm. So it'll just stay on keep warm. I mean, you can make this a couple of hours in advance if you've got one of these machines, but they're very handy. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my griddle pan till it's ultra hot. Now, you want it smoking. You want to wait till you can see smoke coming out of it before we put the chops on. And I'm going to season them up with some sea salt and black pepper, and then they'll be ready to go on. As you can see there, our griddle pan is literally smoking. The chops have been seasoned with a bit of sea salt and black pepper. Make sure you open the window when you do this. It's the nearest thing to a barbecue, I guess, indoors. So they're going to go on literally 2 or 3 minutes, 2 minutes each side. Depends how you like them. While they're on there, I'm going to go ahead and put some of my special rice on a warmed up plate, because the chops are going to go straight on top of the rice. I'm going to sprinkle a bit of coriander, freshly chopped coriander on the rice. The chops are going to sit on that, and then we're finished with a dollop of tzatziki on the side. Right, now they smell lovely. They've had about 2.5 minutes each side, so they're kind of well done, but they're going to have lovely flavour. Now I've got my rice on the plate, hot plate. I've scattered a bit of chopped coriander on there. Then we just place the chops on top. You sit them straight on top of the rice. You want to leave them for 5 minutes. There's our tzatziki. I'm going to put a nice dollop of that on the side. A bit more. A little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over the top. And last but not least, I'm going to be serving this with a nice Californian Malbec. Goes nice with steaks, but goes nice with lamb chops as well. So there we have it. Greek style lamb chops. Look at the juice coming out of them. Beautiful. On a bed of special rice with pine nuts and a homemade tzatziki. Can't ask for more than that. Beautiful. Don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.